get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like.
It's us.
It's us. As I'm about to reach for a bottle of tequila.
No, literally, I was about to take another drink of my soju. I'm drinking the green grape one actually right now. It is delicious.
I don't
It's rare.
I've never tried the green grape one.
I know. Well, hello, everybody. Of course, this is the Sexually Speaking show with your fancy jazz hands, with your fancy host here, of course, Ms. D. If you can actually introduce yourself first.
Hello, I am Ms. D. Very tall, fabulous brat here. This is the bratty show, as Miss J has said earlier on her other show. This is definitely like Team Brat over here linking up.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm excited to be here. And this is our first one, but kind of just filler, filling it out. So work with us here.
Just our icebreaker. We're just trying to get introduced to everybody. Y'all get introduced to us. Get used to seeing us. Because I'm pretty sure if you are on here, you have seen our posts, have seen a lot of our content online.
A lot of posts. So sorry for flooding.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I don't apologize. You're going to see these titties. You're going to see them jiggle. And that's what's going to happen. Because I want to do that.
I was like, okay, how can I get people to engage? Let's post sexy video.
I'm like, I'm going to do it. But, of course, Ms. D and Jazz, if you guys know me from everywhere else, pretty much online, but I am preferring to kind of separate this at this point. Everything else I do is pretty much awesome. Everybody connects with me with Obey Miss J. Anything connected to fetishes is going to be, I'm asking everybody to associate with me with Miss J only. Please and thank you. That's my honorific. I ask you to respect that. And we'll talk about that.
The Madame has spoken, okay?
Exactly. The goddess
here
herself.
On this platform, it is Miss J.
Exactly. I will not associate with anything else after.
And check me too, because this is my friend in real life. This is not my friend for fake. So if I say the other name, get me together, please.
No, I got you. But you know what? I think that me and you are past that a little bit because we're so friendly with each other. Yeah. I know you don't mean disrespect and we're at an equal level versus if somebody that's one of the things I really do love about the community though, is that when I see another goddess, when I see another dom, when I see another all that, we know. We associate. We know. We have that energy. But when another one's like, hey, Jay, who the f are you talking to? And they're like, oh, you're simple. Okay. That's not how you talk to people. Address me properly.
No,
but it's all
important in the lifestyle too. We definitely have to talk about that later because I definitely want to tap into that too.
No, definitely. And I think I definitely want to have something dedicated to that later on where we're really going into the roles in the lifestyle and also new terms because pretty much our goal for this show has been for the new baby kinksters, right? If we're all new, I know I wish I had a lot of information that I didn't have to learn the hard way.
How many of us learned things on our own?
Man.
And it was terrible.
It's
absolutely terrible. Hey, Pedro.
But I think it's one of those things where every time I think about, I've been in this, I don't want to just say the industry, but in this lifestyle for over 15 years. So, but I was studying since like maybe 17. And that's because I was curious about it at that age.
Yeah.
And of course, there was nothing for POC people. So we're only getting the the POV of the white man, pretty much.
Literally the white man.
No, literally the white man. That's not me being
Yeah.
funny. White man. That's it. Those are the only people who were talking about it. Especially when they see a little brown child and they're like, oh, I can teach you. And I'm like, dumb as shit. I'm like, I guess you have to know, right? And then I realized they're little bitch boys.
I never got pulled down that train, and I'm so glad.
Man, look, I still remember my first Libertine ball in Philly. And I was under the watch of a couple, and it was a white man and a white woman. Already strike one. I won't give things like they did help with certain things, but like me being a fresh 18-year-old at one of these balls, and they are like praising me too much was uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was you was in the thick of the fetish, baby.
Damn. In Philly, from FetLife.
Yeah, I had to learn at a very young age, like when I got into the lifestyle, like in my 20s. This is a fetish here. Like, somebody might not be liking you just because you think you're great. Like, no, like I'm a bigger woman, I'm BBW, I'm dark skinned, I'm 6'3". It's automatically screaming Dom. It's automatically punish me. Very like mammy trope-ish type of thing. So yeah, you have to like be careful and watch out for like people's fetishes. Not saying like fetishes are bad. Everybody has their own personal fetishes, but you have to be aware if you are really being fetishized, or are you just, is this like somebody else is into you? And I had to learn that.
Exactly. But I think that's definitely for everything in life. And one thing I would definitely say, and I'm pretty sure you heard me say this multiple times, like BDSM really helped me mature as a woman. It helped me mentally. It helped me with a lot of things in my life. That's why I'm so like pro fetish everything. I'm like, everybody try it. Just try it once. As long as it's not hurting anybody and it's consensual, go for it. Yeah. Because it could help. It really does, in my opinion. So like, I would say it helped me check people around me a lot quicker versus because I'm a very nice person.
Confidence. It gives you this more self-awareness, and you can advocate for yourself more outside of the lifestyle. And it's just a power that it gives you that you don't think it would.
No, and I think, no, exactly. But I think it's like, just go back into being fetishized. I am a Latin woman. Hey, big titties, big thighs. I remember somebody literally telling me I have whore thighs, and I was just like, whore thighs.
Bitch, you say whore?
Whore thighs. They said that shit, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, probably. But
I've never.
I'll send you the text. I still have that in text form, bro.
That is funny as fuck,
bro. I was like, why does everybody love this picture? I think I remember the picture I told you with me in that cosplay.
Oh no!
And I was like, I hate these pictures. I don't like myself in these pictures like that. And I was like, why does everybody love this? And he goes, oh, because you have those whore thighs. And I was like, whore thighs? What is that?
I might have to test it out. I might have to say that to somebody. Like, look at you in the whore thighs.
Honestly, I don't know. It's a fetish. I don't yuck nobody's yum. I don't yuck nobody's yum.
You don't yuck anybody's yum.
We talk about it. We can chat about it. I love questioning, but not as in interrogation, not anything like that. I love learning. That's one of the beautiful things about being in this type of community or everything is figuring out why people like the things they do. Especially me. Like, I am such a sweetie pie, but we're also brats, right? So we love challenging. I don't I love stirring the pot. I love making a motherfucker squirm. I love that shit. And I'm like, who, me? Not me. Can I have treats now, please?
I love like being a tease. I love being a brat.
Oh yeah.
I love the cat and mouse chase.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, yeah, it's great. I also like can switch. Like, I have been dominant. I can be submissive for the right person.
Yeah, exactly.
The submissive that comes with for the right person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like brat is just, I just can't get over that. Like I feel like I transition in and out of a lot of different things in the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But me and bratty behavior are just, we're stuck together.
Yeah.
We're twins.
It's who we are. It is what it is. It's not going anywhere. Because like for me, I would definitely identify as a primal brat. So I'm extra like I'm fighting these motherfuckers. I want to see you chase me. No, I am. That's fine. That's okay. You're the sweet one in this situation. I'm like, are we gonna fight or not?
Listen, and I don't know what, it definitely must be my size and my demeanor, and people like, oh, I thought like you would be mean. I thought you were meaner. No, I love to introduce myself. I'm like, listen, I am a pretty princess. I like to be talked to very, very nice. Don't be mean to me. And I don't hurt my feelings because then I'll be mean. But
no. I don't know.
You want violence. You want the
I need the passion. That's what I like. Any person I talk to, I put it like his passion. So I bring it out that it's the Puerto Rican in me. Like you have to be a little toxic in order to like be on my level. You have to.
I love her because we are not the same.
We're not.
I don't want no toxic vibes. Please don't bring it up.
Like no, I like when they call me, bro. No, I love when they're just like, so you be liking other dudes' pictures. You like that shit, huh? I'm like, yup, because you're not my man. How about that? So if you want to be my man, come get me.
Now you know what? Okay. Now what you just said, I might like that, like during.
But it's spared. Yeah, no,
it's in the middle of a session and you talking shit like that. But like if it's just regular conversation, no, don't talk to me like that. What do you mean? Yeah, they like my picture. They like my pictures because I'm cute.
I shut that shit down. So that's what I think makes me weird because I'm such a submissive person because I want to be submissive. However, I'm always a dominant. I've switched. I've been professionally a dominatrix for like 5+ years when I first started. And I like to say that I am dominant for pay. However, because I dominate everything in life. However,
that's my team. You just clapped my team, friend. Go ahead.
So if you come to me as a potential partner, potential play partner at that, and you're like, oh yeah, like I'm daddy, I'm dom, I'm this, I'm that. If you don't prove it to me in that 2.5 seconds we're having this conversation, I'm going to dom you and dom this conversation. And then
like, I don't want to say, I need you to prove it to me. Let me tell you, I'm reading you down.
Exactly.
I know instantly who can talk to me a little crazier and who can't.
Exactly. I've had those partners who was like, oh yeah, you better be listening to me. I'm like, sir, you don't even know my real name. Who the fuck are you? Who are you? But for women though, like when I had my girlfriend or like when I, was with other women, I can only submit to them. I can only submit to women. In my own opinion, women are superior.
I agree.
Women are superior.
It's so much easier to submit to a woman.
Exactly. Because we know.
Yeah. I feel like I can do it with such ease. Like even just talking to women, even just hooking up with women, it's just so much more a comfort. Like with men, especially submitting, like no, like it's a lot of trust. I think a lot of things you got to prove. Women, I'm like, okay, sure. You want to do what? You want to tie me up? Okay. Yeah. Okay. You want me to go get in the back of the van? Okay.
Yeah. I just do it. They can tell me like, yeah, I guess you're going to take care of me, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it. I have to trust you.
Okay, yes. You want my hands up? Okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, like this? Like this? All right, that's nice.
Yeah. The girls are gonna get me every time. Gonna get me every time.
No, and I think that's what it is. Like men, I will fight. Women, nope. Whatever you tell me, I'm doing it. I don't care if I don't even know you.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
I'm such a sucker for like a cutie girl. Like, such a sucker.
Oh my gosh. Even when I was with my girlfriend, I remember like the first few dates with her, I was literally, you know me, I talk all the time, could not speak. Because to me, I was like, I couldn't, her energy was just like, I can't do anything. She's like, it's fine. I was like, no, 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 it's okay. I'm okay like this. It's fine. Trust me, I'm great. And I feel like it's such a weird, but like with men, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Why are you talking to me? Even though they can be my dominant. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then like
I
everything I do is
understand.
like belittling.
Mm-hmm. I get it. It is definitely a different vibe. Like when women
Mm-hmm.
approach me against like a man approaching me. So I get it.
No.
And just so everyone that's here, appreciate all of you guys, especially like
Yeah.
keep it up with the chats and all the comments. Like I love that. But this is just like us shooting the shit right now. We are definitely going to have like a formula and topics and all that coming up on our next episode. But this is us just like, so if you guys want to chime in on some of these comments and tap in and say how you feel about these subjects, please do so we can put up here on the screen and discuss what you want to talk about.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So not only are me and Miss J also brats together, we're also POC women together. We're also queer women together. We're also in the lifestyle together. We're also dom by pay together. We have like a lot of shared experiences and a lot of things we don't agree.
Honestly,
but that's like the beauty of like friendship.
no, really. And I think that's what I think I tell you like all the time is like, I'm so grateful for our friendship and our group that like, I know that I can be toxic. I know I have my little fuck ups. I know I have my little personality things, but these women, especially Ms. D here, fucking know me. They fucking know me and they could check me, they everything. And I'm like, you know what? They might be right. They get it. They fucking get it. And so grateful for the friendship. And I love the fact that like we can have these conversations and I don't feel odd out about it. Where like I'm like, yeah, I totally love like well, I don't beat all men, but like I love saying, you know, making men feel like shit. And you're like, I totally agree with that. And I'm like, this is my people. This is what I feel. And
it
mind
is
you,
fun a little bit.
no, it is. But I also want to make sure for people who don't really understand the lifestyle too, this is not everything that we're expressing right now doesn't mean that's the full lifestyle. Everybody has their own journeys, has their own thing. And when we say, especially me, because you're going to hear me say it all the time, and I do say it all the time, I enjoy torturing men. It's not a real thing because their whole thing is that I am looking to inspire them to be the doms that they deserve to be. To be those men.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Exactly. So I inspire. So if you want to be in this lifestyle, and I take it very seriously. So if I have a potential male partner and he's like, I want to be your dom, I want to this, I want to be daddy, I want to be whatever honorific he's going to choose, anything he's trying to provide for me and me for him, I have to put you through a little bit of a trial. I have to put you through this because it's called vetting. It's called figuring out if that's what they really want, because a lot of people think kink is what, spanking and choking, and they don't even choke right. They don't even choke right. That makes me so upset.
Of fake doms that are out here is very, very laughable. Don't get caught up by a fake dom, guys.
Look, all I know is, wait, let me go into the comments real quick. What would you say is your ideal dom? You go first.
My ideal dom. Okay. You guys aren't going to like my answer. You're going to like Miss J's way more than mine. Okay. I love me a soft dom. I love me like taking care of me, opening doors for me, treating me like a sweetheart. And then, you know, just like when we get home, I am a slut and they devour. I love that. I like a soft dom. I don't want you to be mean to me in public. I don't need that. I like a little soft dom situation. I don't need it all the time. That's my personal preference.
No, no, that's beautiful though, because I do enjoy a soft dom, but I feel like, again, not many people can pull off a soft dom properly.
No,
because it kind of
it's a hard balance.
It is a hard balance. And like I said, it's enjoyable when it's done right. But like, I also need somebody who can switch on a little bit more passion because I'm a princess. Like, I don't want to. I want you to, tie my little, put the straps on my heels. I want you to fucking bring me food and drink. I'm having whatever the fuck. Like, treat me good. Treat me like the princess I am. But I also need a little more passion. I need a little more violence, but like in a palatable way. Like I said, but like the thing for me, I'm primal. So if I can't fight you, at least verbally, I feel like because it goes into that one, right? It goes into like them proving like even a dad or like a soft dom or a daddy dom, right? They can make sure you do like drinking your water. Well, how are they really going to put you? Oh, sweetie, pull your water. Fuck you. What are you going to do? Make me drink water? It's tequila. It's clear. It's fine.
That shit is also annoying. Like, don't tell me what to do. I had somebody like recently, right? I had like a whole situation like with my car, like it was acting like weird. And like they were like so like amazing and helped me out. And then they were like, I like need you to like go like fix your car. And then like I did it. And then like I think my car like died again. It's like, I'm not gonna tell you again. And I was like, well, okay. Like it was just the way that it was said to me. I was like,
wow, service bottom.
Oh, fine. Like, and in my head, I was just like, I was pissed with myself. I was like, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what's good for me that I need to go get my car fixed.
It's like, to me, it's the equivalent. Like if you're about to wash the dishes and then somebody fucking asks you to wash the dishes. And I'm like, who are you? Why are you talking to me? I was going to do it. And then you fucked it up. Let me do it on my terms. And mind you, it's all good intent. It is all good intent. That's the whole purpose of us. But as a brat, you don't tell us what to do, but tell us what to do. But when I want you to tell me what to do.
Just like I always go to that famous like Jill Scott on The Breakfast Club. She's like, you can't tell me what to do if you can't tell me what to do. If you just don't get that, you just don't get it.
No, you really can't.
And like it is something that you cannot fake. And it's not a connection just because like you'll have this connection with that person doesn't mean the next one will be that way. Like, it just things just have to collide that way.
And it's definitely like a definitely communication, right? So even me as a primal submissive, but I'm also a switch. Like I said, I have some male partners who are also switches. And they want to be dominated. And to me, again, I'm only doing it for pay. So if I'm dominating you, it's usually for pay, which I have to get in the headspace for, which is a thing we'll get into another time called dom and subspace, because those are very important, along with afterpay and everything else. But it's a situation of having that moment and having it feed into the play with it as well. When your partner doesn't properly fill that need at the moment, that's when you guys have to talk about it and figure out what the next step is. Because maybe that's not their version of soft doming or me primal doming is not the same definition they have. Or maybe it's something they're not fully capable where I think maybe I'm a little more rougher. I'm a little more, what is the word I'm looking for? Hardcore. And they might not be ready for that yet. Like I said, I think the thing I used recently was I've been upset that I've been turning bad men good. They feel bad. They're just like, I can't do that to you. You're such a great girl. And I'm like, just fucking do it. I'm letting you do it. Choke me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all right. You could do it in public. My family doesn't care. No, I'm joking.
Hilarious. No, like, okay, so have you been hit the first time you were hit and it was unexpected, or did you already know that it was going to happen?
What?
The first time like you were like spanked or hit in a harder way.
So again, trauma, right? So a lot of my things came from trauma. I did not like it, but when I realized that when I used to be like in a gang, so we used to fight each other a lot. So when I used to realize I get pleasure from that shit and I could put a name to it, I was like, oh, this is what this is.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And that's why I love saying, joke's on you. I love that shit because you're just helping me get off, buddy. It's fine.
Like, I like to fight for real.
Yeah. And that's why I say, like, I don't care if I win. I'm still getting licked. It's fine. Let me see.
Okay.
Hey. Let's see here. I have this question. It's like, explain what a switch is. Sexually, I seem more submissive and I want to tap more into my dominance. That's actually a very good point. For switching, I know like my definition is pretty much like playing a role for both, like both or different titles or honorifics that you have. So like when I'm Mistress J, I am a dominant. I have a communication. I actually work with contracts. So we'll go into that another time. So we'll go into detail of how I can be the best dom for you. But like in a sexual term version of it, like as a switch, it pretty much means that you can go as more somebody who can be the, I don't want to say aggressor because like I said, I'm primal. So it means the terms are a little different for me, where it's just like, you can be more aggressive, where if you're going to be the submissive type, you're going to be more, of course, submitting to the situation. How would you explain it?
To me, I definitely feel like you definitely explained it really well. I do think you feel comfortable in both spaces. You feel comfortable releasing control and submitting to someone. You feel comfortable being in that subspace, but you also feel comfortable in taking control, taking the reins, and being more dominant and standing in your own business. You know, like I feel like you have to comfortably be able to move between both spaces, and then I would consider a person a switch. I think some people can be like soft switches, like maybe they lean more on the sub side, but occasionally in a certain setting, they can do a little bit of doming. I think that's like soft switching. But like if you are full, to me personally, it's just like it's no level drop of intensity in either space.
And again, I think you really hit it on the head with comfortability, right? It's always good in this lifestyle, especially to kind of push your limits respectfully. And that's something I definitely want to go into, maybe probably dedicate a whole episode to, where it comes to the different forms of consent, the different scenarios when it comes to fake dom, real dom, all that stuff, because that's a dangerous thing, right? We have a lot of people posing. And if you're not really fluent in the game, if you're not really into it, and you're brand new, you don't know that these people are not supposed to be making you feel bad. You should always feel good at the end of the day. Like, yes, like again, I am a little more rougher, a little more hardcore. I go through a lot of hardcore scenarios and scenes, but I always feel amazing at the end. I don't feel bad. I don't feel anything. And my partners help me with that flow. But it's all about comfortability, you know. And one thing I really do love is when I do dominate is I do mid check-ins. So like even in the middle of a scene, we'll have safe words always, which if anybody has any questions, I feel like it's self-explanatory, but we could always definitely go into that. I always do a midway check-in. So like if I'm about to go change the scene to another scenario in that same space, I always let them know, hey, where are we at? Are we at still level 10? Are we trying to go lower? Are we trying to do this? We're trying to do that. And it kind of like, I think people get nervous because they feel like they're going to anger their dominant if they're saying no or whatever. Please understand that the people in these scenarios, the person who has the power is the submissive. That is it. The dom, of course, is the one who has control, but the submissive is the one who is controlling of everything.
And if your dominant is not having that conversation with you, red flag.
Yeah. And I am willing. Sure. You can hit me up anytime. I am like, I like to fight. So come get me.
We have a question in the chat too about dominating. You should answer that, and I'll like piggyback off you a little bit.
Oh, yeah, sure. So let's see. How does someone go about becoming more dominant, or excuse me, my phone light, or just have it or not? There are what we call natural doms. Like I would definitely say when I first was training as a submissive, my dominants hated me because I was what they call the natural dom. I was like, but now we call it just being a brat. So I don't know.
Right.
I was like, I'm not doing that shit. You don't own me. You don't, and mind you, I'm a submissive. I'm under these cares of these dominants who are very seasoned in the situation. And I'm just like, you don't got to fucking tell me nothing. You don't own me, bitch. But they're like, but you came to us. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Touche. But it'll be pretty much like you can be natural into it, which is great. It's always a progression. If you feel like you're interested in it, find someone that is going to go on that journey with you. I would definitely say start with somebody who's like probably more softer as a dominant, somebody who is a switch, because they can also kind of guide you through. It really depends on what type of journey you're trying to have. Like you said, I wouldn't recommend like something like what I do, which primal, it's a little more hardcore. We do bad things at the time. And we love it.
Like, how does like somebody come more dominant? I think personally, I always feel like you should always tap into like a space, whatever that is, where you already feel confident in, like whatever that is, right?
I love that.
I think you should start there, and then also ask like your partner or whoever like you're trying to be in that space with what they like. Like, you know, I'm a advocate of communication. And I just feel like it's going to solve majority of people's problems. Oh, I'm like trying to read as I talk.
No. It's just chat. You're fine.
But yeah, I definitely feel like that is like a huge thing, like to kind of like start with somewhere that you're comfortable with. Obviously, we're talking about sexual nature here, so I'm not sitting here talking about like work or studying or anything like that. Like, and just talking to whoever it is you're trying to be dominant with, because whatever that person like, that doesn't mean that your other person is going to like, or this person, or whatever you've done with that person in the past does not mean that this new person in your life is going to enjoy that. So I don't know, communication with everybody across the board is very helpful. And people will tell you, I feel like if you set the right setting, the right mood, people feel like it's a safe space, they will divulge and say what they like.
And I would like to add to that too, is like definitely in a like go to a munch.
My munch.
Go to her munch. We're gonna talk about it. No Ice Spice, but
no
Ice Spice. So when you go to so a munch is pretty much, well, she could definitely explain it better, but is the vanilla meeting space of kink-minded people or kink-interested people. And it's an easy chill. I like it because there's alcohol involved usually. And then I could take a few and be good because I'm very shy actually, which is crazy. But
munches are great spaces, great opportunities to meet people in lifestyle. That kind of was my initial dive into the lifestyle outside of being online, because I feel like a lot of people discover a lot of kinks online. But definitely like munches were my first thing, and I was very fortunate to like go to a local munch run by a Black woman, and it was just a great experience. And I wanted to recreate that same feeling for other Black women and other Black people in this space. So I started the Cookout Munch, and the munch is basically a meetup after work mixer. It's usually on a weekday. Sometimes they're on a weekends, but majority of the time, no lie, they are on weekdays or after work type of thing. At a bar, at a restaurant, sometimes it's in a private room, sometimes not. 99% of the time, you're paying your own tab, your own drinks, you know, and it's just people there, and you're just mixing and mingling. Everybody's usually hella friendly, not gonna lie. It's usually multiple hosts there. Sometimes at mine, I'm the only host, but my friends are great. Walk around, mingle, mix, and munches are a great way to find real people. I am such an advocate of not meeting people in the lifestyle online. It's such a scary and dangerous place. People message me all the time online on Fed. I use Fed all the time. Hey, I want to get into the lifestyle. Can you just show me some spaces? Listen, come out to the munch. I'm not meeting up with you at a party, at a club. You know what I'm saying? Like, come out to a very neutral space. Just feel the vibe. And I personally feel like that is the best way to meet all types of people. Like anything you can think of, I'm sure somebody is there. And I'm affiliated with mine. And then I also co-host one at Lou and Choose called a meet and greet, and it is a great time there, and it's so many people that show.
Definitely, it's a good experience, definitely. But again, we could always, if you guys ever have questions about like how to, because I don't know about everybody else, I'm super shy. So I get that nervousness of going to these like little events, even though they seem so daunting. Do it. If you drink, take a shot, eat some chicken wings. I don't know. Whatever's going to make you feel good. Get some food, and everybody's understanding because everybody has been in your shoes at that point. So that's why I think it's such a loving space. And trust me, like I said, and it also shows you, like, I know, like, if Ms. D is there, I'm there, whoever, like, especially if we're more seasoned into it, like we are, we can tell you to stay away from so-and-so. We can tell you, like, we can tell you how to right then and there. And you get that, again, you're building that community. But I did want to answer this question because it's one of my favorite ones always.
I was hoping. I was like, please, let's talk about this. Please.
No.
This is the only type of doming I've ever done in my life.
That was my intro, actually. Like when my first official doming gig was financial domination. And also hypnodom.
Excuse me?
Yeah, hypnodom.
Like
hypno, yes. Like I used to hypnotize motherfuckers. Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to experience that. That sounds
honestly like intense. I think it liberates people because I also, so again, 15 years, right? So I've done financial domination. I have done sissification. I don't know what that conversation is now. That's not very, I don't know how PC that is, the terminology now, but we call it sissification. So, like I said, it's probably a different terminology now, but that's what we called it when I first started, which I did enjoy that. I actually had classes on that. I used to sell classes. That shit was dope. The hypnodom, I did small penis humiliation, giantess, feet fetish. What was the other one? I would definitely say though, like financial domination was such a good thing, but definitely when I first started, and I'm pretty sure now there's so much more resources. I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous as hell.
So I was just about to say,
ma'am.
Yeah.
When I first started, I hated fighting bitches. You stole my sub, bitch. No.
I think it's easy to get into. I honestly feel like the market's a little flooded right now, especially since the pandemic and people like start discovering selling panties and feet pics and financial doms and all that stuff. But I do think there's, to me, two best ways to get into financial doming, and one is to find a femdom and kind of get under some type of training and learn like the proper way. There's hella people that are doing online classes, in-person classes. Mistress Marley, she does a course in New York. There's another dom in DC. There's a lot of virtual classes.
I wonder if that's
option two is kind of like study your ass off and have the balls to just jump in. And that's the most scary thing. Honestly, that's a very scary way to do it. But I mean, if I'm being real and giving real tea, it's you're either going to find someone to get under or you are going to study your ass off. It's so many resources out there. You can do it. But you have to have that courage on that first meetup, whatever you decide, whatever your contract, your negotiation, and you got to be with the shits.
Yeah.
And sometimes those classes help build those confidence, build that confidence up over time with those courses. So sometimes it's better to go with the professional way and go with the courses.
Yeah. Well, I would definitely say, like, from the experience that I've had, you definitely have to have that goddess mentality. Because these motherfuckers is going to try you. Miss, I don't have the money. I don't have this. Oh, my other favorite one was blackmail. So if you know what that is, so the way a blackmail session would go is they would give you their ID, like take a picture, send it to you, send you a picture of them naked, whatever the case, everybody's different, but usually it would also be like their wife's contact information, something. So the whole thing is that they don't do what I want them.
Personal that they will get in the shit.
Oh, exactly. And they love it. And I was calling bitches. I was calling their wives on 3-way calls if they wasn't giving my
She
shit.
said, I need a couple shots first. If she do it, she need a couple shots first. Girl, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And if you go that route and you're not under somebody, because when I did it, I was in a dungeon in Philadelphia, which has been closed for many, many years now. And I was like doing training under that, and they were basically like letting me work with subs that were like already like part of the dungeon. And then I kind of like found my own like clientele work, exposing my age right now through Craigslist, which is not a thing really anymore. It is, but it's not really. But majority of my clients that
RIP,
right, were white men, older white men. They all worked in corporate America, like downtown Center City, like finance, blue eyes. Yeah. It was those types of people, and I was like in. I needed to find something that was completely opposite of my personality, because I did it for money. I don't because like it's something like I love to do, right? Like I can for a separate situation, but this I needed to find something very far removed from myself. So something far removed from me is humiliation, because in my regular life, do I like that? No. So like I would just like tap into this goddess persona, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna be that girl, and I would just literally meet up with them and just embarrass them in front of people, like loudly, rudely, and that's what they wanted. And it was just like the weirdest thing. But I was working with a dungeon and then like ventured out on my own. So yeah, be careful. Have somebody come with you. Yeah, it's so many things. We definitely need to get into that on an episode, because we can deep dive on that.
No, yeah. Especially like stepping into that and getting that not getting direction and getting protection in the lifestyle is also really good, because like I said, there's a lot of people who fluctuate. Like I said, we're gonna get into FetLife too. Like FetLife has great resources for certain things, but it is flooded with fake doms, fake submissives.
FetLife is a mess. And I wish like we had some other space like online to like meet people, find events, but we really don't. We're very limited in the lifestyle, like online, like where we find and promote these events.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all about, like you said, the whole point of the lifestyle though is we all know we're working through something. We all know that even though we have these kinks that sometimes bring people to shame, we feel shame for them sometimes. We feel whatever. This is a safe space. We're not going to yuck nobody's yum. Of course, if it's endangering someone, if it's not respecting fucking boundaries, if it's doing something that's going to be dangerous. And I always say, if you're fucking up the party, you don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Because if you fuck up
my person to fuck up a party,
man. Like,
you're scaring the hoes, bro.
Next time if I see that shit, that's exactly what I'm saying. You're scaring the hoes.
You're scaring the hoes.
It's just
here to have a good time.
Exactly. Now you down the whole party, especially like if I'm mid like completion and you have a fucking audacity and I'm hearing somebody doing something stupid, because I'm going to be nosy. I don't care what space I'm in. I'm going to be nosy. I'm going to make sure my surroundings are safe at all times. If I'm hearing somebody fighting in a negative way, I'm done. Now I have to fight everybody around me. That's it. Because how dare you? But name of the game, have fun, ask questions, don't feel shamed about it. We're going to figure it out. You're going to figure it out on this journey. We're all in this journey. We have all felt nervous. We have all felt like, I don't know if I like being choked. I don't know if I like doing this. And you love it or don't. And that's good too. That's okay. You don't have to like things.
Yeah. Just because everybody else. Our whole reason for Sexually Speaking is literally pure, just like education and just like shooting the shits for sure. But it's definitely like to educate and just like let people know, like, you're not alone out here. Like, you know, we've all been at these like beginner stages. So I'm sure there's people here like definitely at like different advanced levels and like way past what we're talking about. But you know, still stay here with us while we teach the babies.
No, we got to protect the babies. That's all I'm saying. Look, fake doms be fake doms, bro. Fake
No,
doms,
for
like
real. Fake dom. There's a lot of fake situations. Fake doms, fake poly people, fake, you
fake
know.
people, just fake freaking people. Be about,
Yeah.
I'm very big on be about your words. I can understand progression. I can understand evolving into a different thing, or maybe you were thought you were this and now you're this. I get it. That's
Mm-hmm.
transitional, whatever. However,
100%.
don't do that to me. Especially like again, I think I showed you a post I saw earlier, and it was like how a dom was treating their brat, and I was just like, "Bitch, you're a brat. How dare you let them treat you like this? Anarchy. What are you hoes doing in this chat? Like, what are you doing?" I
Yeah.
was like, if you don't take your play, and I think that's the thing too, is that like it's also very important for a dominant to have that care and loving attention. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to, it can be platonic and still have this enjoyment. It doesn't also have to be sexual. It doesn't have to do a lot of these things. So like a lot of people feel like or they
You,
don't
that,
understand or
that's the
forget
word
about
right
that.
there. That's the word right there, Jay. That is a word
What?
that you just said. And I want to like just highlight that for 1 second because
What?
I feel like friendship is not like really held at a high regard in the lifestyle. And you
Mhm.
should have friends in the lifestyle. Like you should be
Oh
able
yeah.
to have friends that you can talk to about these
Hmm.
kinks that you know you can't talk to your vanilla friends about.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you really need to have these friends in a lifestyle that you're not fucking. Like I
Mhm.
think that's a whole nother thing
No, it is.
that people like me, you just how you have regular friends in real life that you don't cross that boundary with. You should have at least one or two people like that in the lifestyle. I personally feel like
Exactly.
because it's just it's just a benefit. It's going to be a benefit to be able to talk to somebody open and honestly.
Oh, let's see. Yes, I am a green pea, and I love educated about this. It is, and definitely looking for your tribe is honestly it's a journey, and I feel like one of the good things, like I said, it's nerve wracking. I know, like being in Philly, and the Philly scene at the time when I was first starting out, honestly was terrible,
Yeah,
especially where I was, and I couldn't really explain it. And the people who were trying to explain it to me were bad people. And I mean bad, like they were fake. They really didn't have any education. They didn't have any training. Like their version of training was to try to sleep with me. And I'm like, that's not how that works. We
right.
don't have to do anything for us. You know, you could still smack me around or, train me or some shit. That's not a thing. So I think it's beautiful now, like, especially with our show and our goal with it, it's like to let people know there is a safe space. You could always ask us, and we could try to help you as best as possible through our experiences and, try to figure that out and also try to see, what resources we have, whatever that we can also offer, but also do your own research.
And I
I
also want to
love
say to
research.
Danny in the comments, I wasn't saying like you should have fake friends. I think the friendship should be genuine
Oh,
friendships,
yeah.
people that you like, that you get along with, that you want to go to events together, or just like have a decent conversation, an honest
Mhm.
conversation with. So no, I don't think it should. Your lifestyle friends should be fake friends. It should be somebody that you actually
Yeah.
want to be friends with.
Well, yeah, because it's like when I talk about like how I'm grateful to have you as my friend, like before meeting you guys, especially you, when we were talking about it, of course, we have our girl Peach and everybody. Like, I didn't know how to communicate. I remember like being in a room with like friends I had at the time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like I love when my guy chokes me out or some shit like that." And they're like, "Oh my god, is he hurting him?" Like, no, bitch, no. First of all, he wouldn't be here. I would be in jail if he was hurting
Right.
me. Like, calm down. But like, I get the love for it, but also like, it's nice to not look crazy or feel crazy or feel
Exactly.
judged and having that, but also having a friend who is interested in the lifestyle, respects the lifestyle, doesn't think it's, makes you feel bad about it or shameful about it, where you can go to these events, you can go to a munch, you can go to a convention, you can go to these things and have a normal conversation. Like you're talking about anime or gaming or anything else.
Right.
It's a hobby for some people, it's a lifestyle for people, it's
Yeah, I
everything.
don't know why people think like because it's a lifestyle, like, oh, I can't go with my friend. Like, yes, you can. Like,
No,
you don't have to go with like your girlfriend, your partner, your
no,
boyfriend, lover, whatever, the title may be. You can definitely
yeah,
go with a friend. Like,
no,
I highly encourage it, honestly.
yeah. And maybe it's something like, I think it's very eye-opening too, because like, what if your friend also has these questions, also have, but doesn't really recognize it? And
Oh my
not
God.
everybody wants to talk about it because we all fear rejection. We all
Yeah.
fear being judged. So maybe them agreeing like, oh, I'm here to support you, but really you're doing it for yourself, which is
Yeah.
good too.
And listen, that's how I clock people tea every day like that.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I try my best to, I'm a very happy, try to be friendly person. I love to put out that energy. I like to create safe spaces for people. I talk about my lifestyle out loud. I talk about like my partner out loud, my queerness, because I want people to feel comfortable. So I feel like when I kind of just throw those things out there off the rip, off the cup, like it's just like kind of like breaks down walls a little bit. And they're like, oh, well, I was always interested in like, it's just like a good way to like kind of bring people in. But I don't know. I definitely feel like you should find a friend. And I know it's hard because I get so many messages on Fed and just social media in general. Like, oh, I really want to go to an event, but I'm like really scared. I don't have anybody. Like, can you go with me? Like, guys, I wish I could go with everybody. Like, I wish I could spread myself thin and like be in all spaces with everybody. And I just encourage people, like, you should just go. Like, just try it. Just go try something super light, even if you can't find a friend. It's okay to go on your own. It is okay to go on your own. Just be safe, be careful. But
I also do
doing it if you don't get out the house.
No, exactly. Like, how are you gonna? What is the term? Is like, how are you gonna meet the love of your life if you're still in bed? Like, just do it. Just go and experience. But I would say, if you're shy, if you're nervous, like I usually am, even though like I usually don't go anywhere unless Ms. D's gonna be there. Like, if she's not there, I don't go. And if she tells me she's not there, I'm already rooting back because there's no point, which I shouldn't because I'm shy.
Like, they will hit me up like, yo, what's going on? What's happening? It's Saturday.
Yeah, it's happening. It's good. Was good.
What's happening? What's going on? Are we going out?
But I think what's really good about it, though, definitely is that like I implement the 5-minute rule. So for me, I force myself to go anywhere, even if I'm really nervous, shy, whatever. I go for 5 minutes. I order a drink. I order food, which usually takes an extra 20, 30 minutes. So in my mind, the time is getting shorter. And I tell myself over and over again, okay, I'm getting a little more calm. I'm getting whatever, another 5 more minutes, another 5 more minutes until I'm already there for the whole thing.
Right.
So it kind of tricks your brain and also calms you down. Right. Because like you're still always in control of your situation, even because again, you're never going to find your tribe if you're never going to find your people. You're never going to find people to relate to this and help even explore your own wants and needs. Right? Because you want to explore these things, right? It doesn't have to be hardcore. It doesn't have to be all the, contact stuff. It doesn't have to be all that. It could be verbal. Like I know for a lot of my female submissives back in the day now, there was like just the words of affirmation, giving them tasks, doing all those things. Sometimes you can find somebody who's just interested in that. And that's a good segue too. That's a good start for a lot of people who's new to it. Let me see. So this one here, what kind of resources did you look into? I'm assuming like when we first started, what would you say? What resources did you use?
Oh, like when I first started, like back in the day, it was real ghetto out here in these streets. Like, I honestly feel like I was on some old school forum, like chat forum, and like was just discovering like a lot of
on
things.
Yahoo.
Yeah, like some weird, like I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even remember, but I know at some point, like obviously like watching porn and a whole bunch of other like entities, like I know at some point I know somebody put me onto FetLife and I was like, oh wow, like there's like things in my area, like what, like wow, what is a rigger? What is a bunny? And it was just like so like, oh, like okay, I can get these definitions, and then of course you can look them up other places. I hate like saying that like it's the be all, because it's not. It's just so easy. That's all. But yeah, I definitely like use like Fet as a source. And honestly, like I would just like read like other people's posts like on Nude Africa. That was like my old school jam. Probably knows about that.
I would definitely say too, like look at us, right? So we have this platform now. Connect with other people here.
Yeah.
You guys are in the comments with us. Communicate.
And
Talk.
that's old school. Like I definitely looked up
Yeah.
things on YouTube, but now, like, child,
yeah.
if you can't find these things on TikTok,
First of all, can we talk about that? I'm just saying, mine was books. I actually books.
yours is book. Okay,
Mine was
were
books.
you were a smut book? Like I was a smut book girly. Like
smut
even
book
like
girly. Still
young,
smut book
like
girly.
I was the Zane.
Lord.
Anybody remember Zane books? Like when I say I read every Zane book, like even the yellow one that had like nothing to do. It was just all black men with. I mean, it was all Asian men with black women, and maybe that might have led me down some things in life.
No, I think mine's was books. Actually, the websites I used back in the day, I don't even know if they're still around, but Cuffs and Collars, subsanddoms.com. Damn, what else? There was a few other ones, but the connections I had, since I was actually doing dominant things, and also I was a professional submissive and dominant online, I had a website. Also, you connect with a lot of other doms and of all different things, and a lot of our clients were actually from overseas and stuff like that, so you also get introduced to their platforms. So we were circling and just helping each other out. I think our biggest things was like the top 10 list. Oh, Mama was like top 3, top 5.
Oh shit!
Because I was putting in work.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So, and it's one of those things. Like I think that's the only reason why I stopped doing it professionally too, because it was getting so competitive. So competitive, like to the point I think I made my website, and my favorite colors, you can see red and black all day. And some bitch messaged me, I'm going to sue you. Some white bitch, I'm going to sue you because you took my colors in my website. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, red and black. I was like, I think I'm done. I'm not.
I feel like red and black in the BDSM community.
Ma'am, every life is red and black.
Right.
Cuffs and collars, red and black. Submission fet, black and red with white.
Make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but you know, it is what it is. And I don't like arguing.
We have a limited time here, and I really want to ask this question because I've been seeing this online, and I want to know how you feel about it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, the new trend that the young girlies, maybe the old heads too, but I don't know, is that like people are making glory holes at their home. Like they're putting up a sheet at their front door at their apartment, or they can come into the foyer and then put up a sheet. They cut a little hole and they're making glory holes, and they're making crazy money like in their house. But like, how secure is that? Like, I'm seeing so many people do this, and I'm just like, they're physically in your house. It's a sheet up. It's a sheet up.
Gang.
I don't know, and I just want to know. I just want to hear somebody else's opinion about it.
I love it. I love it.
Like,
Go off. I want it. Okay, so I'm very voyeur. I love watching. So I would love to be like, can I just have
No. Nobody's watching.
I'm gonna participate if it's correct. I need to assess the situation.
You have your door, they're putting the sheet up. Let's just say nobody can see.
Okay.
Is that okay to do? I get it, because like you're not going into a place where you're tipping out the vendor to be in that box, because that's a thing. Just like strippers gotta pay house, they gotta do the same thing. You're cutting out that middleman, but I don't know. That just seems so scary to me.
I think the process, if it's done properly, because I do know a few individuals that do that, and the vetting process is crazy. I think one of the ones I watch, it's a couple that does it, and they have a doorman and everything. Like they actually have, because they live in a building, and they let the person know, like, hey, yo, we're having a party. You're going to have people come in and out. That's it. So like be chill about it. And it's a vetting process, right? So they have to know the word. So you have to make sure that they know what they're doing. I believe a lot of them have to show up with their stats and tell, you know what I mean? So like the one partner will review everything. It's a fun situation. I think it's great. I'm happy people are finding their own way to enjoy it. because I think it's one of the sucky situations that, especially like when more than likely we both started, there wasn't a lot of things to do. There wasn't a lot of opportunities. So people are making it happen, and I respect the shit out of that.
No, I do, and this is no hate, no team to any sex workers. We are very sex worker positive here. No
Oh
hate
yeah,
at all.
definitely.
You know, I just
Have
like,
you
and
met me?
somebody commented that maybe they could have like security on the side, and I do think
Yeah.
sometimes like people do it as a duo. Like I seen like these two friends on a podcast, they were talking about how they do it together, like, and people like get turned on because it's a guy and a girl, and it's just like, you know,
Yeah.
they come up, they like, you
Just
know, they pay
always.
for their services for the girl, and then they just get there, they be like, you know what? I mean, he here too, and
Might as
like,
well. A whole
and
is a
like,
whole.
and they like do it as a team together, and it was just like
Yeah.
so sweet. Like they were so
Yeah.
excited, like talking about it. But I just like just thought about like that concern, like what it's just such a risk. But I mean, any sex work is a risk. But I don't know,
Yeah.
just in your home, that just was like, ooh,
I
ooh.
think it's definitely a security thing. Like I don't like even when I date people, I don't let them know where I live for the first few
Y'all know.
months. I
Ask
live at a
anybody.
Rite Aid,
Ask
motherfucker. You ain't
anybody.
knowing where I
People
live.
come to my home. No.
Exactly. Not a thing. No, thank you. I'll meet you at the hotel at per usual. We're fine. But I think I think, you know, if it's done properly, I think if everybody's enjoying themselves, like I personally understand like the security thing and all that. But again, as somebody who enjoys public play, I love the danger. I love that shit. I love when a cop comes to me, is like, what was y'all doing? I'm like, you know, moving shit, and it's midnight. Bitch, I'm not moving nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I was doing my thing. I'm not going into that. That's a paid
Let me ask
situation.
you a question. Okay, so
Go ahead.
I feel comfortable playing in public when I am
Yeah.
with like a partner or somebody I know. Like we've been together
Mhm.
multiple times, right? Then like yeah,
Mhm.
we can open that door, we can, you know, or put that thing across whatever needs to happen.
Mhm.
But I am a girly that when I am doing public play, I'm the center of attention. I don't want to take all my clothes off.
You don't.
I gotta leave something on. I don't know why that is,
Mm.
but I just don't. I don't want to be. I don't want to be full nude. So when you are doing public play, do you want to rip? You're ripping all the things off. Are you taking?
No, 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 no. First of all, if I'm ready, so this is why I say men fuck up with me so much because I don't let them know what I'm wearing. I don't let them know nothing. Sometimes I'm
Yeah.
not wearing nothing underneath, especially because I'm preparing to do the shit, right?
Okay.
So I don't wear anything that's going to be like, I need something quick to put back
Now
on.
I agree with that. I don't go to a lifestyle event. First of all, I never go like, oh, I'm playing, I'm doing this, unless I'm going with a partner, right? But I never have that
Mhm.
mindset. If something happens, something happens. But am I going to be in whole attire? Yes. Am I having a dress
Always.
on? No panties, easy slip, easy
Yep.
easy up.
Yep. Exactly. Something
Yeah,
I don't mind
I am.
ripping, throw it out.
Something that's
Exactly.
just easy to just peel off, slip up, slip
Exactly.
to the side. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
100%. But like I don't want to take it all off. Like I was talking to this girl. I was
Uh-huh.
at a party. Me and her ended up like hooking up. She had like this cute little sundress on. Perfect.
Hmm.
Like boobs slipped out easily. I could lift her
Hmm.
dress up. You know what I'm saying? And it was perfect. We were talking about it afterwards. And I was like, yo, like she was like, yeah, like that's like my normal thing. I was like, me too. Like that's how I dress when I go like to these events. Like they're just so easy, but I don't want to
Yeah.
take it all off.
No. I personally like dressing like a hoe. Well, you see how I dress. So like I love dressing like a hoe. I know who I am and I'm proud of that because I'm not a hoe for everybody. And men, if you're listening to this, you should feel ashamed because if you
Why
didn't get me to that
before
point, no, listen, because I was explaining this. I had a conversation with my ex, and we're real good friends. And I told him I was like, he says it really must be sad to them to know that they never got that level of you. I was like, that's their problem, not mine.
Mm,
I was like,
mm.
because I know who I am, and you fucked up, not me. Because I was, and it's literally like, what do they say? They talk themselves out of pussy. It's like, bro, I was there. I was already naked pretty much, and you fucked up. That's crazy for
That
you.
I'm giving sneak peeks here, but we already have like designated like
Oh yeah.
topics and show titles. That is one right there. How you
Yep.
will just talk your way out of
Why do y'all do it? Love you, Caroline. But no, it's really it's wild as hell, to be honest,
Yeah.
because this lifestyle is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be kinky. It's supposed to be naughty. It's supposed to be all that responsibly. Have fun, all that good shit. However, when in doubt, I use safe words for everything, and we'll talk about that
Women
another
do
time because
too.
we are heading to the end. And I know we had a
Yeah.
few announcements. This has been a great show. I've been loving the conversation. Everybody, thank you so much for showing up and spending time with us and doing all that jazz. We love that. But I know Ms. D has some information for us about this week.
Yeah, we're gonna like run down some things. Okay, so our show will be airing on Sundays at 8:30. Next Sunday will just be a repeat of this episode, but the
Hmm.
following Sunday after that, we will be live every other Sunday. But
Hmm.
me and Miss J will be live on another podcast called the Grown as Fuck Podcast, and it's similar
Great
subjects as
show. Hmm.
ours. And it's live in studio. It's actually like a radio show, and it's really dope. So I'll be posting links for that. We'll be on there Thursday at 8 p.m. Like I said, it's a radio show. You can tune in on Facebook, on Instagram, I think on their TikTok as well. And it's really, really dope. So we will be there.
Yeah.
And then what else is going on? Oh, I have my munch coming up, which is
Yep,
the
I'll say your
31st.
munch, girl.
The 31st. It's always the last. It's called the cookout for newbies that don't know, because I'm sure there's people that don't know. And the cookout is just a play on words. It is a POC only event. I feel like us in the community is always inviting outsiders in, and we're not doing that this time. This event
No.
is by us, for us. A great time. It is a vanilla event. It's at Illusion Bar in Clifton Heights on Baltimore Pike. We are on the third floor, private lounge, full bar, hookah,
Very
420
chill.
friendly, DJ. It is a fantastic time.
Everyone
Um,
is wonderful. Everyone,
yes,
so
it's
go. If you're
so great.
shy, they show you love, guys. Trust me. I've been there.
Yes. It's great. And then the cookout is also like putting together a pool party in August. We're not putting a date out there yet, but I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it.
Oh my
And then also going to be blasting it all over my page. Also, we're going to be doing game nights, and the first one is going to be August 17th, and we're really excited about that.
I'm
I
excited.
have a lot of announcements. So sorry,
Oh yeah. No,
a
no, no.
lot of
No, that's first of all, you're busy, girl. You always doing something. Like
always.
it's always every time I talk to you, you're like, girl, I'm doing 80 other things. And I'm like, girl, I get it. I get it. But
I feel
I
so
did want to
bad
address
because
this real
Delisa has
quick.
been such a godsend. Let me just like big her up real quick, because all of these graphics, everything
Mhm.
you see on my social media, on our social media page, like sexually speaking, anything, it has been her, not I. She has like the
We're a
eye for
team.
this, and she has been killing it. And I just appreciate her time and her effort and how
Appreciate
much she has
you.
put into this. It has been so wonderful to work with her.
Well, I love working with you. You know that we worked many times together, so I love that about us. But I did want to get into this before we leave. It says, I got an anxiety in a meeting of large groups, but it's easier one on one. But it is great to know in a large setting, knowing someone that is, if you need to feel safe, there's always a friendly nearby. Of course, always,
Absolutely.
always. That's why we say bring friends if you can. If you know whoever you feel, whoever, like even if it's a situation like you said, if you I always offer myself because I'm always that person who's usually by myself. If you actually know me and you're friends with me or want to get friends with me, you're from Philly, whatever the tri-state Delco area, hit us up.
Yeah.
We'll let you know we're about happy
Listen,
faces.
if you ever see me at an event, please don't be afraid to approach. Like,
Exactly.
talk to me. I swear I'm friendly in real life. But I try to be that way. Not try to be.
Mhm.
I am that way at the
You are
munch.
that way.
I talk to everybody. If I miss somebody, it is just because there's just so many people, and it's just me doing it by myself. But I
Exactly.
try to make sure everybody's comfortable. I introduce other people that came alone to other people that came
Yep.
alone, and that's what we're about here. We're about community
Mhm.
and sticking together, and just like building,
Exactly.
building this life that you want to have, like this truth that you want to
Yeah.
live in style.
Because we're all in this together. We're all in this together. Sorry, that song. But we're never feel shy, communicate. If you have any questions, so I'm going to go over like how you can contact with us in a moment. Look at our intro and outro, like anytime you see our videos, and it's going to go into detail how to contact with us, or if you have any questions or anything like that, we could always see how we can help out. However, what I would definitely say is if you have anything like as far as promotion, anything like that, feel free to also hit us up for that. We are more than happy to add you guys to our connections list, and we can definitely go out and let people know about you guys. However, just communicate and we'll talk about the discussion with that. But Miss D, can you go into how they can reach you?
Yes, on social media, I am Miss D pretty much everywhere. Instagram, it is Miss D with a Z, MZDEEX. Okay, X.
I always forget the X. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm a little nasty, so. But it's that on Miss D on Facebook. It is Miss DX on Instagram. It is Miss DX on FET. The Cookout Munch is very easy to search. You can just put in the Cookout on search on FET and it will pop up. I'm not on Twitter. Don't know why. I watch a lot of Twitter porn, but I'm not there. And it is also Miss DX on TikTok as well. Oh, I can't hear you.
There we go. I see it now.
There we go.
I pressed it. I was saying Twitter is only meant for porn. I don't know why people add me on mine because you're only going to see what debauchery I'm into.
I'm not tweeting this.
No. But I will say you can follow me on anything that's Obey Miss J. That is kink related, fetish related only. If you want to talk about games, if you want to talk about anything else with me, Nymphs of Lore, you're going to reach me there when it comes to our book podcast that I do with the lovely Miss Jasmine, the Queen of Black Fade herself, along with her show, her other podcast, which is Fabies and Friends. So make sure you check that out, which the information is going to be on our outro. So take a look at that information as well. And Miss J, or Miss Jazelle MZ Jazelle. That's everywhere. You guys should know me from that.
Everywhere.
Just follow me there.
Worldwide, baby.
Worldwide. Who's people? Me. Anyway. So just post all that. When in doubt, just find me anywhere, tag me, and then I'll let you know where to go. But we have so much love for everybody today. Thank you so much for showing up and spending time with us. Titty shakes for y'all. But there you go. But she was a little low. My thing's so short. But anyway, so if anything, again, just send us an email, contact us, Facebook, everything. Add us on all social media that is Sexually Speaking. On Twitter, all that good social media stuff as well. Instagram is where we're most popular at. So join us on there.
Yeah, Facebook, definitely follow our Instagram. Follow our Instagram, get our followers up so we can go live on Instagram too.
Yeah.
And not just YouTube and Twitch.
I think we're like 20. No, I don't know. We're there. We're almost there. Better like anyway. So we love you guys. I'm gonna just say goodbye for now. We'll see you next time. So much love and thank you. Okay. Bye.
Feel like don't give me this. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right.